Hi, this week's art lesson is called What's My Age Again? And it is inspired by the Albrecht Dürer self-portraits that he did throughout his lifetime. So this page asks you to notice the differences between the portraits where he's young and his older portraits, and to figure out which they are and how you know. So what is it about his older portraits that help you know that he's an older person versus a younger person? So we're going to do this art assignment on the Brushes app, and I want you to start by getting your school picture. So you're going to use this as your reference. So you're just going to try to do a drawing of yourself at your current age, and I'd love for you to get your proportions correct. So think about those different proportions that we learned about, and I'm also going to add that to the page, so that reference page, so you can look at it while you do this or before you do it so that you get it right. I also have my school picture from this year, and I use this for mine. Think about what changes from when you're a kid to when you're older. Does your hairstyle change? Does your clothes style change? If you're a guy, do you get facial hair? Do you get shorter hair, or do you get longer hair? Do you get some white in your hair? I know I do. And maybe you start wearing makeup. Maybe you have just a totally different style. Maybe your clothes change. Then I asked my aunt, who kind of looks like me, to send me a photo of her so I could use her as a reference. You may not have access to references of yourself as a middle-aged person or an older person, but if you do, make sure that it's a reference where you just see their portrait, where their face is looking at you, so that you can draw it as accurately as possible. So what I want you to do is open up your Brushes app and create a new page. I would love for you to show distinct differences between the size of your details and of filling in. So you're going to change the brush size using this slider tool down here. And I'm going to quickly brush in my background. And one thing I'm going to ask you to do is do some sort of pattern on the background. It should be pretty simple because it shouldn't detract too much from your artwork. And then pick a nice color to do some sort of design. And then I want to make my slider bar go all the way down to about 20. And then I'm going to just do some simple grid pattern, or you could do lines, doesn't matter. This will get covered up too. Or if you want to, you can always go back by touching this little guy here. So I'm going to show you what I did for my older person drawing, and then I'll walk you through it. So I can press play, and I'm going to show you. There I am, just putting out my pattern on the background, and then I'm starting to draw in my shirt with just a detail brush. And then I go for even thinner details because I'm making sort of that flannel kind of check shirt. Then I'm thinking about where are my proportions. Remember that your eyes are halfway down your head. So the top of your head and the chin, if you want to find it in the middle, that's where your eyes go. Your nose goes between your eyes and your chin halfway. And then your lips go in between your nose and your chin halfway. Remember, your ears are lined up with your eyes, and the bottom of your nose and the edges of your lips goes right under your pupils. And I'll put that reference page on the Schoology so you can look at it while you do this. And then what I want you to do is save all 3 of your photos, and you do that by going up here to this button, clicking on it, and then adding to photos. So once you upload your 3 photos to Schoology, I want you to write on the little area on Schoology. You can say what was hard about it, what was fun about it, what you learned, and just give me a little feedback about what this was like doing, what it was like for you to do it. So most of all, have fun and experiment, and remember, I'm looking for 3 things: a pattern on the background, drawing from a reference so you get correct proportions, and using a thin brush and a thick brush for whatever you need when you need it. So if it's trying to fill something in, you're going to use a thick brush, and if it's something with details, you're going to use the smaller brush, okay? Have fun!